Hi there, it's Chris van der Kerk here at Bluerhino Safaris. Let me share the video with you for the 2019 tour of Zambia. The Zambian tour I'm specifically referring to is Liuwa Plains, Western Zambia, as well as Kasanka National Park, which is the bat migration, and then also Kafue National Park, which is in the center. Let's just get into the basics of the trip itself. The logistics of the tour. Liuwa Plains is in November, it's towards the end, and here it is. Departure date 12th of November 2019. We meet up at Kasane in northern Botswana, and we'll also finish in Kasane in northern Botswana. It's a 30-night tour, camping, 13,900 per person, sharing for SADC members. So if you're a foreigner, you pay a little bit more. I say children, no, but you can bring children. I don't think they will be able to get out of school in November, but if you want to bring a child in that period, I don't think it's a big issue. The tour itself will be in a anti-clockwise direction, and let's quickly go through the whole plan. So as I said, we start in Kasane, and we cross into Zambia, across the Zambezi on the ferries. I have a runner there, so we will use him to get through, make life a little bit easier for ourselves, and then we'll set off straight to get through to Lusaka. Lusaka is about 7 hours drive from Livingston, so we'll do that, but the road is good these days. There's just a little bit of a bad section at Mazibuko, otherwise it's fairly good. So the second night we'll sleep in Lusaka. The third morning we go into the Makeni Mall for some shopping. There's a nice Pick n Pay, there's a bureau where we can change money, there's a nice coffee shop if you feel like a bit of coffee, and yeah, we do all our groceries, make sure everything is done, and then we set off up into the northern section, into the Kasanka area. We sleep a night on the road, not on the road in the camping site, but on the road towards Kasanka, and then into Kasanka National Park for 2 nights. Kasanka National Park is where you find the fruit bats, in excess of 8 million fruit bats in a certain time of the year. They arrive there and they are in the area. So early morning they take flight, late in the afternoon they arrive back again, and that's normally the spectacle that you're looking for. During the day we'll be out doing some game driving. It's not just bats that's there. You can also find your larger mammals, the cats, elephants, all of those things are in the park as well. So really a nice experience. It's not just the bats, it's a lot more than just the bats. Once we are done there for the 2 nights, we will make our way back down to into the Copperbelt area, and we will go across into Kafue National Park. Kafue National Park again is really a nice park to visit. It's on the river, on the Kafue River, where our campsite is, and it's a lovely campsite. It's one of those places that you want to just sit there for a week and just relax. On a previous trip we've seen lion kills in the campsite. It's an open campsite, you are in the park, so it really is a nice time to be there. They've got a restaurant as well, so if you want to do a bit of restaurant food, you can do it there. Once we're done in Kafue National Park, we go across to Liuwa Plains National Park. Liuwa itself is a spectacular spot to go to. They've got the wildebeest migration, which is in excess of 50,000 wildebeest per year that congregates there. They come down from the Angolan mountains into the Zambian plains, and they do calve and congregate on the Western Zambian plains in November, December, hang around there until they start moving off again when the winter arrives. So we'll do that for 3 nights. Liuwa Plains, also Lady Liuwa, there's a documentary on her. I'll tell you the story, show you where she used to stay. So Lady Liuwa stories around there. There's great birding, some of the best birding that you'll find, especially your large cranes, the wattle cranes, grey crown cranes. Really spectacular to see them in Liuwa Plains. Then from Liuwa we drive down on the Barotse Sand Road. It's an experience that you won't forget ever in your life if you do it. It's really a nice drive. It's sandy conditions. We work a little bit. We have a lovely night in the Barotse Plains area itself, and then we head down to our last night, which is on the Zambezi River, just before we cross back into Namibia, Katima Malulu area, and ultimately onto Kasane. So at the end of the trip, if you want to stay in the Katima area, you're welcome to do that. Maybe do a bit of a houseboat experience if you want to do that. If you want to travel via the Caprivi Strip down to the Cape, then you can do that. There's a few options for you to get out. Personally, I'll be going back to Kasane, and I'll spend the last night in Kasane. It's easier for me to get back to Joburg from Kasane. And that is the tour for November this year. All the detail you can find on the website, and if there's anything there that I've missed or something that I have a mistake on, just let me know and we can get some clarity on that. Otherwise, join me. It's going to be a really good tour, and it's something that you'll really enjoy. It's 2 weeks, so it's just on that number where you settle into a African safari, African style tour comfortably. So yeah, as I say, join us, let me know, and I'll send you a quote. Once you have a quote, then you can do the deposit, and I'll do the preparation with you guys around about September. We'll start our preparations for this tour. Cheers.